Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
getting
question.
You've worn the one-leg sleeve, and that's become popular, you and Asia, across sports. What made you start wearing the one-leg sleeve, and what's it like seeing it become such a trend around sports?
I don't know.
I asked why you started wearing it, and what's it like to see it become such a trend?
I don't go off trends. I just do what I like, and it was cute.
Have you seen the viral clip of Angel Reese getting completely exposed during the Chicago Sky press conference? When confronted about her previous claim that people watch women's basketball because of Me Too, she froze and could only say, "Next question." This wasn't just an awkward moment, it was the public realization that Reese's impact doesn't match her confidence. While Caitlin Clark's games consistently pull over 1 million viewers and her jersey sells second only to Steph Curry, Reese's homecoming game at LSU barely attracted 6,000 fans. The numbers don't lie, and they're telling a very different story than what Reese has been claiming.
What expectations and goals do you have for yourself for this season?
Just being able to be myself, and then all the other things will come. I want to get to the playoffs, and I want to get there bad, and I love to win. I think for me, just going from year one to year two, just giving myself grace and patience, and just continuing that confidence I left from Unrivaled, and continuing that coming into this season. I haven't stopped staying in touch with her since she left. Obviously, I think the biggest takeaway from when she was at LSU was we created a friendship. And obviously you don't always get that when players transfer.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Let's break down exactly what happened at that Chicago Sky press conference that has everyone talking. Angel Reese was just sitting there during what should have been a normal press day. You know how these things usually go.
In that last preseason game, we saw higher assists numbers from you than we did see last season. What are things about the actual passing game that you have that you want to continue to grow and develop this season?
I was the number one wing coming out of high school. When I went into college, I had to transition to be a post player. I've always been a player for the team. Every team I've been a part of, I've been a player for the team. Coming here, obviously Sloot was out last game. Coach emphasized I need you to play point guard sometimes. I'm willing to do whatever it is for the team, and I don't do it for you guys or what you guys can see. It's for what my team needs.
Routine questions about the season, team chemistry, the standard stuff. But then everything changed when a reporter brought up Reese's own words from last season. Picture this. Angel sitting there, probably expecting softball questions, when suddenly the reporter references something she said during her rivalry with Caitlin Clark. The reporter didn't hold back. They asked her straight up if she still believes people watch women's basketball because of her too. That's the exact claim she made last season after LSU beat Iowa. And what did Angel do? She froze. Complete deer in headlights moment. All she could say was, "Next question." That's it, nothing else. No defending her statement, no facts to back it up, not even a simple yes. Just next question and then silence. This wasn't just awkward, it was telling. When you make a big claim about your impact on an entire sport and then can't back it up when someone asks you about it, that says everything. It's one thing to talk yourself up, but it's another thing entirely to stand by those words when they're questioned.
How special is this team that you have right now? You guys went through training camp, and I'm sure you've seen some differences from the team that was last year compared to now. So what is so special about this group?
I'm just super excited just to be around women that really want to get better every day and just have the toughness to come and practice every day and just want to just work. Obviously, we need every single piece to make the puzzle, and that puzzle to win that championship, or even just small steps to making the playoffs. Yeah, I think the best thing is having a group that just wants everybody to get better every day.
The clip went viral instantly. Fans were all over social media with reactions. One fan wrote, "She's regretting that comment," while another said, "Lamau, she knows it's not true." The comments kept coming, with people calling her immature and suggesting she cares more about social media than basketball. The moment perfectly captured the difference between what Reese has been saying and what's actually happening in the WNBA. You know what makes this even worse for Reese? The timing couldn't have been more brutal. This press conference happened exactly when Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA is impossible to ignore. The numbers don't lie. While Reese was dodging questions about her influence on viewership, Clark's jersey was selling like crazy, second only to Steph Curry in all of basketball. Not just women's basketball, all of basketball. Only Curry was moving more merchandise. And that's not all. Clark's games are consistently pulling over 1 million viewers. Her homecoming game at Carver Hawkeye Arena sold out in just 45 minutes. Compare that to Reese's preseason homecoming game at LSU that only drew about 6,000 fans. The contrast is stark and impossible to ignore. The reality is hitting hard. When Reese made that statement after beating Iowa, she embraced the spotlight and claimed she was just as responsible for the record-breaking viewership as Clark was. But now, when asked directly about it, she couldn't even stand by her own words. The video narrator described the moment as incredibly awkward and revealing. Revealing because she couldn't defend her statement with any evidence. Remember how confident Reese was last year? All those statements about being a viewership magnet, all that talk about her impact on the game. But when the moment came to back it up, all we got was next question. The press conference wasn't just embarrassing, it was the public realization that Reese's impact doesn't match her confidence. The reality is that the WNBA is growing faster than ever before, but the data makes it clear who's really driving that growth. When Clark plays, arenas sell out, her games dominate TV ratings, her merchandise flies off the shelves. These aren't opinions, they're facts, and they tell a story that contradicts what Reese has been claiming. This press conference moment captured something important, the difference between saying you're changing the game and actually changing it. Reese claimed to be bringing eyes to women's basketball, but when asked to stand by that claim, she had nothing to say. Meanwhile, Clark is letting her impact speak for itself through sold-out arenas, massive TV ratings, and jersey sales that compete with NBA superstars. The numbers tell an even more brutal story about who's really bringing fans to women's basketball. While Reese has been a good player on the court, her impact off the court doesn't match what she claimed. That next question response wasn't just an awkward moment, it was the sound of reality catching up to her previous statements. As the WNBA continues to grow, this moment will likely be remembered as the time when the gap between Reese's words and reality became impossible to ignore. And with Clark continuing to break viewership records and sell out arenas wherever she goes, that gap is only getting wider. The numbers don't lie, and they're painting a clear picture. While Angel Reese claimed people watch women's basketball because of her, Caitlin Clark is the one actually transforming the WNBA. Every Indiana Fever game feels like a home game now, even when they're on the road. That's the Clark effect. Reese's next question moment wasn't just awkward, it was reality catching up to her claims. When put on the spot, she couldn't defend her own words. The WNBA is growing faster than ever, but the stats make it obvious who's driving that growth. Clark's impact isn't just talk, it's showing up in sold-out arenas and record-breaking merchandise sales.